History, science,
tourism,
sensitivity, it's Bones Knows.
Welcome back to Bones Knows. It's been a little while and I'm glad you could all join us. This week I have an awesome chat with one of my bestest buddies, Bertie boy, Rupert Wilson, and we are talking about his new podcast, which currently doesn't have a name, a topic or anything. It's just going to happen. So we thought we'd sit down and I'd teach him how to do a podcast while deciding how to do a podcast. We chatted about Netflix Iron Fist, why things are offensive and why they're not, and so there might be a new segment called Why Is That Offensive? We also talked about tech, fitness and well-being, Dumbo, Tinder for vegans, de-yeasting cows, and trolling in general. And, you know, the classic problem with hobbits that shit too much. Just a little warning, this is a pretty offensive show, so if you are of a sensitive disposition or are with children, I would probably leave this one for another time. See you later.
And then you just deafened me. No, anyway.
So when you're doing a podcast, you got to try and focus on the mic, or
on the mic.
Actually, the best plan
Not
is,
on
because
Tony.
you're probably going to talk to me, is to go a bit this way and do it like that. So it's kind of
this way we can look at each other.
and you want to kind of be about 6 inches away from the mic,
Not too close. Not too far.
but consistent.
Don't too close.
Whatever you do, be consistent. Be consistent. We're getting a fairly decent level. Woo!
Yeah. Did you ever
Okay,
think about...
Shout as loud as, well, not as loud as you can, but as loud as you would. Be loud.
Really
Be loud,
excited.
conversational.
Oh, so like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I don't know how to do that.
That's fine.
I'm excited about something and then I get really loud, but hopefully I'll lean back a little bit. Just a tiny bit or not? No.
Whatever you want to do is fine.
Have you ever thought about tying string round your head and then when the string is tight, you know exactly the right distance?
That's
You
not
could
valid.
call it
Like,
like...
tie it to the top of the
Yeah,
mic
you
stand.
could call it like
Make a hat. We could make
Yeah.
hats. that
head
people wear,
cast.
What the people wear, like
Head casting, and it's literally like
it's
fishing
casting,
again.
and you have to attach. You have like a beanie that the guest
Yeah.
puts on,
Yeah.
and it has a string set that's attached
Yeah.
to the mic stand that doesn't allow them to move without in either a certain direction or
Yeah.
distance
Yeah.
away from the mic.
Yeah.
I don't think we get people to wear it, but I like your eye. I like your thinking, Bert. Speaking of which, that's why we're here. Bert's been thinking.
Bertcast. No, we can't call it that, can we?
We can't call it the Bertcast, sadly, because that is one of the best podcasts.
What about pubes does abuse?
You didn't.
Abuse.
You
the
don't really
pubes.
like the name pubes.
No, I know, but
Pubuse.
a pube. Pubuse cast.
I liked the Witness to Fitness,
Ooh,
but you're
like-
right, it is
yeah.
uber overused.
What was that guy called? Pubesby tie. Pubey tie. PB.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. I could be in the new Pubes Does Pie. Pubes Reviews Pies. This is the pie review. Today we're going to talk about different types of pie. So I had a really nice short crust pastry the other day. It's fantastic.
I totally listened to a podcast that was totally about pies. That is right on my fucking alley, man.
Yeah. And then short crust pastry. We talked about that. And then we went to puff pastry. So like chicken without the leek for Tony. So just chicken gravy pie.
Yeah, how many episodes realistically are you going to be able to do on a podcast about pies? What's your totality of numbers on that? This is what you got to kind of think about when you're starting one of these things out.
I don't know. Because like custard pies could go in a whole different...
So you've got sweet and savoury. So you've got two total divisions.
Yeah.
Is there a third type of pie? Sweet, savoury, and like poison?
Well, then you get pasties.
Do they classify as pies?
I know,
Or
but
they're
they're like
pastries?
half a pie without the base.
It's a pastry.
It's a pastry.
Pastries is a broader
So
subject.
pie.
A pastry
Pie
podcast,
is
though.
actually... So this is my other thing. It's called fake tourism. So you could also have
this is
fake...
I fucking love this shit.
Fake casting. So actually pie, right, comes from the Greek for small amount of pastry. Right? And when you have a small amount of pastry, it's called a pasty. Pasty. So that was from Aristotle.
What's the "sti" from?
So Aristotle, right? Startle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or something like that. And he's actually from Romania. That's why he has a funny accent. So that's why it's called pastry.
Hello, I am Aristotle.
Yeah,
I teach you things. Is that how it went down? Is it? So I totally agree. So I had to go. I had the guy Adam Shuffle Tea to those in the battle rap community on the podcast last week, and we had when he came to the office to do the podcast, we took his girlfriend down to Hampton Court Palace.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking it would have been so good because she was asking me, we were talking about having like an audio tour thing. If I'd had your fake version of the Hampton Court Palace audio tour that I could have given her, it would have made me so happy because she'd have gone had a picture up 3 hours later and she'd been like, what the fuck? Henry VIII was crazy, man. Did you know that he liked to, fuck fish?
Yeah. Well, he was called Henry VIII because he was actually growing weed. It wasn't because he was cutting off heads of brides, and he served the best eights. That's why he was called Henry
Buff
VIII.
apes, man.
Yeah, buff apes.
That's why everyone else called him Buff.
Yeah.
But, you know?
And that is why you call a hen an ape.
It is actually, yes.
Oh, that is true.
But yes.
Stumbling onto new truths every day.
This is
I don't know yet.
the pod on pastries.
Yeah, the pastry cast. Pie cast. So we could call it 3.18499 cast. That's not the right number, is it though?
Yeah, I think you should move away from the pie thing.
Okay.
So
So we could call it. We could call this "How to Write a Podcast."
We did an episode of How to Write a Tune called How to Write a Podcast with on Greg and Joe's show.
Okay.
All the Ill Seeing Guys.
All
It's
Seeing
an episode
Guys.
of the Ill Seeing Guys with that. Also, you should listen to the next episode of the Ill Seeing Guys because I happen to know that there's a geese drop, which is
Yeah.
straight from your mouth, featuring on the episode.
Oh really?
Episode 49. Yeah.
All right.
It was excellent. As soon as I heard you say it, I texted Greg and was like, "This is great, man. Trust me."
Was that when we were at the office or when we were?
That's when we had dinner the other night and you were talking to Jason. I was just eavesdropping.
Was that before or after I lost my patience?
It was towards the end. So
Yeah.
you didn't lose your patience. I thought you had a very interesting conversation about asparagus farming. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh yeah. Right. Well, this will be the anti-political cast. So there'll be no politics.
No politics.
Unless it reflects on
But we will talk. We're going to talk about health,
health. Yep.
and fitness,
Fitness.
food, inevitably,
And challenges.
and challenges. But not too. I guess that's the thing. You don't want to. You want an idea that is something you can continue on without it being too one thing.
It's not going to be preachy.
Because if you're doing a fitness podcast,
Yeah.
you got to do a fitness podcast
Every week.
every day, or at least every week, where
See
you're
what-
like,
yeah.
if you're going to do more of a general, not fitness, but like a conversational jobby kind of.
Yeah. Well, we've still never done the full 10-hour podcast on the review of 24. You know, the full 10 seasons of 24, including the new season. Have you
It's
seen?
not 10 hours, is it? It's fucking 7-8 days. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Is it good?
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but
Yeah.
well,
Why don't
as
they
a
call
fan
it?
of 24,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking great. It's 24. It's in exactly the setup of 24.
And what's his
With
name?
a different guy.
What's the main guy's name?
Oh,
Jack Doodle.
No, Carter. Eric Carter.
Eric Carter.
Eric Carter.
Eric
But
Carter.
so here's the thing I'm doing, and I haven't released it yet
Yeah.
because I haven't got the right scene yet to cut it. But it's for my honest. I'm doing a 24 honest trailers, not honest trailers because that's the guys I'm ripping off.
Yeah.
Proper trailers, which is my
Right.
brand, not the other guy's brand. It's better than honest trailers. If you like honest trailers, you should check out Proper Trailers on Bones Nose. It's great. But I'm basically doing a cut of the new 24 where he
Right.
calls. I'm waiting for a scene where he calls the president. And then there's another show on Netflix called Designated Survivor,
Yes.
where Jack Bauer plays the
Yes.
president. And
Well, he plays the
Kiefer Sutherland.
I
plays
watched
the
4
president.
episodes.
I'm almost up
Yeah?
there now. It's fairly slow.
Yeah. It's a wife show.
Yeah, it's all right.
That goes in the wife
But if I
category.
can get a conversation, if I can edit together a conversation of the 2 shows that seems to make some semblance of sense, I can have a conversation where Eric Carter is calling the president Jack Bauer in the 24 world,
Right.
which I think would be Jack Bauer should be president in that world, and the fact that he's not is where it's wrong, which is why it's a proper trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slightly spoiler on the same thing about TV shows intertwining and stuff, right?
Mhm.
So, what Eric Carter's actually no, he's not actually going to be in Designated
I hope
Survivor.
he. No. he's
That'd be
not.
too weird.
I really hope Kiefer Sutherland is going to make a guest appearance in 24, though.
Okay.
I really hope because it would.
Yeah, that's
he
what I'm
should.
saying. Yeah,
he
that'd be-
fucking should.
Yeah, that'd be good. What as
Jack Bauer. No,
Okay,
as
yeah,
a different
as Jack
character.
Bauer.
Hi,
Right.
I'm John Bauer, Jack's twin brother. You've never heard of me
So-
before, and I'm not a badass, but I'm here to help.
I don't know all the names, but I've been watching this. What's it called, the Iron Fist?
Oh, Snoozy Fists.
Snoozy Fist. Yeah, very snoozy.
I got to the end of it finally yesterday.
No.
It's fucking.
I put it on to go to sleep.
I
No.
don't hate it, but I don't know why I don't hate it because I can't come up with a single positive point.
No, I quite hate it. There's bits of it now that are really offensive. Like hit the way he speaks.
Yeah,
His hair.
yeah.
Like, why has he got curly hair? Why is he wearing a hoodie
Well, I think
and not an actual real
that's
outfit?
Jeans. I think
Yeah,
it's
okay,
just
fine,
genetics.
but like it's just like
I've got more of a problem with the fact that like he
Yeah.
got the part as
Yeah.
a guy that's meant to be like a kung fu master.
Yes.
And he just doesn't look very convincing. And
well, that's why he puts the hood up.
Any
because
of the
it's not
fight
him.
scenes,
It's
yeah,
not
but
him.
Then the double doesn't look convincing either. Because in it at the beginning, he didn't. The first couple episodes, I was like, okay, it's not too bad. But later on, when he's fighting someone that actually seems to know how to fight, you just see even sped up. He was too slow.
The drunken guy had him.
That was
definitely.
great. That was great. I mean,
But
there's some good bits in it.
That's
That's
based
the thing.
on like a real drunken master from
Yeah,
like
well,
kung
that's the type
fu.
of master, and
kung-
the show
kung fu,
constantly
sorry.
drops different
Okay.
styles.
So why
if
is
you know
that chick
anything
in
about
it?
kung
That's what
fu
I'm saying.
styles.
Who's this chick?
Which chick?
The chick. The chick who's not
The
his
doctor.
girlfriend.
So you haven't watched Daredevil?
No, I have. So I just realised. No, that's why I was
She's
like,
in
wow.
all three
Yeah,
of the other
and she's
shows.
in this Luke
She's
Cage or whatever.
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones.
And Jessica Jones.
She's in all three of them.
So she timed.
She's been banging Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
She's
so
like
she just
a
gets around a
really
bit.
important character in Daredevil. But she's in all of them.
So, like, is she a main thing? Is like
She's like
she going to be
the
in
fifth
Spider-Man?
member of the Defenders who's not a superhero but kind of wants to be. That's kind
Like
of her
Batman.
whole thing. But not even like Batman because she doesn't even have a lot of money.
Are they in the same worlds though? Like
Not Batman, but Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything that's happening in all of those shows are set in New York,
Right.
right? And it's all post the first Avengers movie when New York gets fucked up. It's all after that, then the few
Right.
years after that, and it's where like more super people start to appear for whatever reason because of
Like
shit that's
X-Men, because the X-Men left.
So yeah, but X-Men which do live in the same universe, but they don't cross it over too much because it gets complicated.
Oh, do
trying
they?
To explain. Well, like Spider-Man, Wolverine, certain characters.
Imagine
cross
if Spider-Man was a woman
over.
and it had babies with Wolverine, and instead of like firing like webs, it was more like firing blades. No,
Wolverine, bone blades. Yeah.
I don't know. And then like if he wanted to like make himself a little house, he'd make it out of like adamantium.
Wolverine doesn't like make adamantium though. He had it surgically put on him.
So if he has a boner, is that?
I don't think that's a bone, is it?
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise it would be weird when it was little.
So what about in his ear? Is that like because
No,
you've got
again,
little bones
that's
in
cartilage.
your... Oh, is it okay?
I think. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm not a neurologist.
What is the
That is
smallest?
the same.
So we could do biology cast. What's the smallest bone in our body?
I have no
I'm gonna
idea.
say it's like a little toe.
We're probably not the biology cast guys. I'm just,
Yeah.
let's just put it out
Just
there.
gonna-
Like,
So, but the
"Hi, this is biology cast with Rupert and Tony. We're gonna talk some shit.
yeah. Okay. Good. So we've ruled out doing a webcast. No, this wasn't webcast. Webcasting was before podcasting. Wasn't that going to be the big thing? What's a webcast?
I mean, it's a podcast.
It's also a podcast. Is
Oh,
it live
so-
though?
so-
Can we do this live
Yeah, live
to
stream.
like China?
You can live stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a couple of episodes.
Do you
live
do it
stream.
with,
It's
like,
hectic, though.
FaceTime?
It's hectic though because it means I have a whole other bunch of things I have to worry about
Okay.
on top of making it all work and then talking.
Okay.
I don't mind live streaming if it's someone else's show that I'm having nothing to do with because then I can just worry about that and it's quite fun because I can sit on the chat board like winding people up.
But don't you need lots of internet for that?
Oh, we live in 2017.
Because yeah. So they're making up face pay as well.
Face pay.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's so facial recognition.
Oh, cool. They should do that.
So you just go, yeah.
The new MacBook
So-
has the thumbprint on it like the phone.
Yeah.
Mm.
My Google one has it on the back.
Want
It's
it.
quite nice though. Look.
on
go
my
there.
Look.
Look.
Fucking pooter though.
Look.
Like
Ooh.
IBM did it years ago.
Yeah.
And no one liked it. They were like, "Meh." As soon as Mac did it, they'd be like, "Oh, it's genius! Oh, it's what we always wanted!" Like,
Yeah, but I think on the Microsoft one, it was like
But
a
the
small
IBM
swipe
one's
pad,
like, yeah,
and you
exactly.
had to
Whereas the
roll
Mac
your
one's going to
finger.
be like, boop, and work straight away. Like,
Yeah, but why would you put your finger underneath your laptop?
well, it's
you'd
not-
have to
it's
lift
not-
your
it's
laptop
not
up and
underneath,
press
it's
it
on the
down.
top.
What on the lid? So as
So
you
where
open the
next-
lid,
it's where the power button I think is going to be.
I don't know where the power button is.
I think that's the idea though. Like your phone, it's like when you're logging in, you just. Be like,
But see, imagine if they had face opening. So you open it, it recognizes your face, and it
People
unlocks.
working on that shit. Yeah. That is like another security nightmare, but
Yeah.
it's too late to worry about security nightmares. We live in a post-security world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Post worrying about that shit world anyway.
Mm.
I never finished skinning up my pre-podcast Zooty. Terrible news.
Indeed. Did you
So-
leave this on the whole time and
Yeah.
then cut it up?
Or
And
not.
you're
I don't cut
You're
shit
going to teach
unless
me
you
how to
have
cut this stuff up.
Yeah. You just click on the stuff and it's just like video, but without the visuals.
Yeah.
It's just the waves.
But then, how do you do like visual things? Like I was trying to do a visual face thing just then.
But you need a video for that.
So if I tell a vision, if I'm like a mime, do you ever interview any mimes on your podcast?
No, but that would be interesting. I wonder if there are do any mimes make music? If I
Yeah.
can find
What
a
about
mime,
Beethoven? What if you and Jay could have gone back and interviewed Beethoven?
That would have been great. My German's not great. I'm
Yeah,
going with
I think
German.
I was gonna say
right?
Austrian. But
Maybe
yeah.
Austrian does ring a bell, but I'm not sure.
But
Either way, I'm not swish on either.
Yeah.
So
But when is the
swish
heart
is a word I'm
swish?
using more recently. I'm bringing it back.
I think that's
Swish.
isn't that the
Is that a thing that kids have already brought back?
No. Well, yes, but I think
then they
it
dropped it
wasn't
again.
kids.
It wasn't kids. It was us.
No, it was what's that show with the little person and the uncle who's a scientist, and it's not Back to Future.
Game of Thrones. What?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
They have an episode called Getting Swifty,
Getting
Swifty.
Swifty.
where they like play songs
Good
of praise.
Swifty. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
What, So yeah, I mean, but then are you going to talk about movies and shit like that as well on this show?
Well, yeah, because I wanted to do your
you want
top.
to talk about whatever you want to talk
Well,
about.
no, your
right?
top 10 fitness videos.
Oh, that
music.
sounds exciting.
Your top 10 fitness songs.
Music videos.
So what
songs
song
to
do
songs to
you
work out to.
lift the most to? Do you run the furthest to? I don't run really, so that's obviously another problem. I ran the other day. I had this idea. I was going to get off the tube, and I thought running machines is just like, I'm going to quit. If I do a running machine, I used to be a personal trainer, so if I did a running machine, I'd just be like, right, a couple of minutes. No, this is stupid. It's bad for my knees. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not achieving anything. So I was like, right, you have to set yourself a challenge. So I decided to get changed at work because I now have an office job and get on the tube for like a 45 minutes in my gym gear, looking like an absolute, person. And then also, you can swear on these things though, can't you?
You can do what you want.
I thought
You're in charge.
That's the
You're
thing.
the
I was
network.
listening to your podcast the other day and you guys were like swearing. And I was thinking, I thought this stuff was like PC
Only if you put
because
clean
it's
on
like
it.
podcast.
So the only reason you'd ever need to have a clean podcast is if you were looking to get sponsors some sponsors will only sponsor a clean podcast, for instance, because it's just their company standard or whatever.
Right.
So you'd need to have clean against all of your shows,
Right.
and not have people moan about that.
And also not say impolitical things.
Impolitical,
Yeah. No?
politically incorrect.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Or
I
in
mean,
politics things.
clean and
Yeah.
explicit,
Yeah.
and like politically incorrect and
Yeah.
two completely different things.
Right.
You got to remember that. Like clean is not saying cunt.
Okay.
Yeah, being politically incorrect. This is a matter of that's a judgment call. That's not. There's no like actual bar. There's no like list of things that are politically incorrect that you have to adhere to. That is like it's an opinion thing. That
Well, there's a
changes
lot
every
of
day.
stuff that's like
Oh
ticky,
yeah.
Like
Fuck them people.
So now there's this new thing saying
Fuck them people.
feminist lesbians. I just had to go for it, didn't I? We're not publishing this one though, anyway.
I mean, I'll probably put this out on Bones Knows. Feminist lesbians. Yeah, most lesbians are feminists, just as a
Really?
statistical thing.
Why do you never get like a decent like fucking a set of lesbians that actually both think they're dudes?
Because they're called trans whatever.
Dudicles, but they both have vaginas and they like dildos because they both think they have a dick. Dick to vaginal calls.
Dick to vaginicals. Yes.
No, but come on, like if two male lesbians met,
Male.
no, but if there's always the male lesbian. Like Dave Chappelle talked about it the other day.
Sure. But
Right.
Dave Chappelle's a comedian, so you're allowed to say, it's easier to say politically incorrect stuff in the context of comedy.
No, but
If you're just so you have to refine what you're saying because this is how you offend people. Like this is a good example of how to offend people, right? When you say
so when you
male lesbian, you
Right.
mean a woman
when
who
you
is
text your wife,
homosexual,
if you are a
who is
homosexual
butch.
woman and you text your wife, no, she doesn't have to be butch. That's racist. Okay. Right.
I think it's more
Sexist.
fattest,
Feminist.
fat shaving.
I don't
probably,
know. Anyway,
if
let's
it's in
not
that
get
bracket
into it
there.
or be eating cabbage all night, right? So
That is a good saying.
so look, I'm a lesbian and you're a lesbian and we're going out.
We're
We're
gender
married,
women.
actually.
We're
We're
women.
gender transgenic or whatever.
No.
you call it. Okay.
We're
No,
women.
We're women,
Yeah.
but we're lesbians.
Okay, that's
Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
I'm with
So
you. We are
I
lesbians.
text you and say, "Hey, baby, Tajina," or your name could be Tony.
Tony.
Okay, your name. So, because obviously you're a lesbian, so it's fine. So,
Yes.
Yeah,
Go on.
right.
That's just leaping straight past that.
so I text you and go, "Hey, baby,
Yes.
not meaning to be gender specific with my baby, right?
No.
I am staying out for beers tonight.
Sure.
And then you text me back going, no, baby. You said you
Get home now.
You do the washing, right?
So you're saying.
So I am the male lesbian
Right,
in that
okay.
situation.
Sure. So this is while I don't disagree with you, and you're only talking statistically most
This
of the
is
time.
incredibly racist.
No. Racism is not the word for a start. But this is the problem that a lot of people have
Right.
with men
Right.
on the whole.
What, that they stay out late and drink beer?
No. Just a patent misunderstanding of the problem. Like,
But that's because they don't educate us at school, because everyone knows
no.
boys don't concentrate at school
Don't
and
get me wrong.
lesbians
They
do.
didn't teach us this shit at school. We finished school like 15 years ago. They didn't even think about this kind of shit
We
back then.
finished school like 15 years ago.
15.
How old? No, we finished like
7,
40 years
6,
ago. Wait.
40.
No, I don't know.
We finished school like 40. No.
It feels like it.
I finished school in 2001.
Yeah, I finished like then. I did like A level and failed it too.
Yeah, I don't count those bits.
Okay, so wait.
So, yeah. What I'm saying is by presuming
Yes.
that the male function in the relationship
Okay.
is
So
the classic. So you're right. You know, the classic male thing is this, and the classic female thing is this. But by presuming, by you saying that the lesbian in the
I said the male lesbian.
No. But and that's what I'm saying is
Okay,
wrong. Yeah.
sorry.
By you saying that she's the male lesbian because she's the one that likes to stay out, whereas the one that likes to stay at home is the female lesbian. That is the rude bit.
But everyone,
Because you're calling her the male lesbian. Do you understand why that's offensive?
I do understand that, but let's go back to Neolithic times, right?
No, we don't live in Neolithic
When
times.
the male lesbian used to go out and hunt the manatee.
This is
And
why
the
you need to have a show.
lesbian
I've told you, this is why
the
you need-
female lesbian used to stay home and make the campfire. But then you could say that women invented fire, but they were lesbian.
Because
The female lesbian,
statement followed by explanation.
right?
Let's do
The
this.
female lesbian
Yes.
stayed at home
Yes.
and made the fire. Unlike in the world of lions, where the female goes out.
They don't make fire.
No, they
don't
don't.
have thumbs.
Well, Simba made fire to kill
Simba.
the guy with
made
the face. What was his name? Jafar.
No, that's Aladdin. Isn't it?
And then we could do Disney cast where we butchered Disney.
I don't think Disney needs butchering.
No.
I watched Dumbo again the other day, and I'll tell you
No,
what,
that's
that shit's
scary.
rude.
No, that's fucking
just
scary.
fucking rude. That is.
Like those crows were like on point, but they were scared. They were like cool. Yeah, but
That
that's
shit
just
is
racist.
Racist.
Racist. So is Dumbo white or black? Or has he got Down syndrome?
He's a fucking elephant.
No, he's got Down syndrome. No, he's just like, does he talk in it? I can't remember.
No, I honestly haven't watched it that day. I couldn't tell you. I don't think so, but I don't think. Yeah, surely, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you could put these podcasts up, but people have to enter like non-disclosure agreements before they get to download it.
No, yeah, that's called.
That's
in
called
the intro.
censorship.
That's
cast.
called in the intro. I'm like, wait, if you are easily offended, don't listen to this show.
Right.
If you do, that's not my fucking problem.
I think we could get Dave Chappelle on the show.
Do you?
I could write him a letter.
Well, I need a booker, so you go ahead. You book Dave. I'll talk to him.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Okay, but well,
Right now. I mean, Dave is one of the most notoriously hard people to get.
have you watched the 2 new shows?
Yeah, they're fucking excellent.
Amazing.
Fucking, and the fact that he dropped 2 at once, I get, like, as is the Chappelle
Like a G.
style. Like,
But when's the 3rd one going to come out?
I'm not sure that
They
there
need
is
to
a third
milk
one.
it. No, there is. You got paid to do 3.
It's 3, is it? I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, because they've got 1 a week coming out for the rest of the year, not from Chappelle, but of big comedy names. Netflix are doing a stand-up special a week. So presumably it'll be enough. Chris Rock being one of them.
Okay.
They've got so many people on board. Like everybody. Some of the great ones recently have been. I'm well impressed. Netflix killing it. And like the little so CISO. Have you ever heard of CISO? CISO started up.
See the Korean one that's just come out today.
No, so CISO is is Netflix for stand-up comedy basically. It's tried to go out there and start its own little thing, and it's
like Mobby.
Joey Diaz did his recent special.
Do you know
on CISO.
Mobby? Moby? It's like the app for like people who want to watch films who don't want Sky Films, but it's indie films.
No,
And
it
you
sounds
pay-
like some fucking hippie fucking.
It's like yeah, it's all like indie films.
Can't be trusted.
Yeah, it's a lot of vegan footage. And that's actually That's actually not what you think it is. That's actually foot movies made by vegans about walking on vegetables with your bare feet. It's a new thing.
And does that make them?
No, it's like a fetish.
Mm.
It's like vegan
What,
fetishism.
do you eat it afterwards? Or
No,
just,
you
just
can't
watch
eat-
the video.
No, you just have you just tread on some lettuce and ejaculate.
So the person treading on the lettuce has the
Is
fetish.
it- yeah,
It's not a fetish of watching people tread on lettuce.
Could be.
Both, probably.
That might work.
Where there's one, there's usually both.
We should make that. We should ask Jay
Do they
if
have
he's gonna
to, do the
get
chicks
some
have to be
funding.
hot?
Well, they're vegan, so I don't
No,
know.
probably not. It's a bit skinny.
Bit hairy.
Need a burger.
Yeah.
By
Sponsored by
definition.
Five Guys.
By definition,
Yeah.
need a burger. That chick needs a burger.
Mm. Did you know the £5 note has beef fat in it?
I know it has, yes.
I didn't know
I
this
heard
till
about
today.
Vegans were up in arms.
Did you know this is what you call
Oh
an
my
office fact?
Lord. How dare they put animal fat into our monetary system? It just insults my entire being. That's my...
Is that your vegan
No,
voice?
that's seriously me. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think it was ridiculous. Did you know that all of the plants that go into making everything died?
Yeah. Did you know that there's also like 12 grams of cocaine in every iPhone?
Is there really 12 grams?
No, you just can't find
12 grams. It's just hidden.
It's just hidden.
Magical
In the screen.
eye
It's in the
cocaine.
screen.
Is what it is.
It's in the
Eye
screen.
it's an app.
It's an app.
If you figure out the special code, it comes out though. Then you can get high for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
Really high.
possible.
Eye cocaine. That would be a good app.
Yeah. What about iVegan, or Tinder vegan? What would you call an app for vegans?
What, a Tinder app
Yeah,
for vegans?
Yeah, Tinder vegan dating app. It's vegan. Tegan.
Fuck vegans.
Fuck vegans. I think that might pull in other people as well. What
You
about
might get the wrong crowd there.
what about a trolling app? Why don't we make an app for trolling?
For trolls?
No, an actual app where you can just literally just troll.
You know that's Facebook, Twitter, basically.
So this was one of the big things I was worried about. If I was going to become a podcast sensation, I
Yes.
mean, we're 30 minutes in now, and I'm got grandeur ideas. But have you ever received any trollings when you did How Twat?
How twat. I like that. Trollings. What does that? No.
Did nobody troll you? I suppose they can't
Not
see you, so they don't.
really.
No, they never
really.
said I fucking hate this band or this person's a
No,
dick.
we're
or...
very, very good.
Yeah.
No, I mean I had the only thing I can think of ever, and that's so negative comments
Yeah.
is not trolling.
Okay.
Negative comments is just mean. It's just like, oh, that's mean. Like
Okay.
someone that's doing a negative comment in order to rouse up,
Right. Right.
to get the whole thing stirred up.
Yes.
Like almost doing it, like go on my Facebook at 8 a.m. Like that's trolling.
Well, after you've said something to a vegan about their feminism. But
Don't-
not all vegans are
to
feminists.
associate vegans and feminists
Feminism.
just because is
Yeah.
offensive, Rupert.
I am
and
friends-
the fact that you would do that
Yeah.
offends me.
I am friends with a male vegan.
Ooh, I know loads of them. It's contagious.
Mm.
You gotta be careful. You wonder how fucking Brexit, Trump, and all that. Well,
But they make vegan beer though, don't they?
I mean, there's no meat in beer. I would hope.
No, but it comes from like I
Pig
don't know.
shit.
Yeah, I thought yeast came from like the vaginas of sprouting cows.
I mean, that is some tasty beer. I think you can get yeast from lots of different places.
So back to our
It's a
fake
fun-
news, fake tourism. Bud actually means the yeast of a cow, and wiser actually means in order to have vised a cow, in order to make it into a
And
beer.
to vise is
It's a
to what?
vice.
Is to de-milk. To
milk.
not to milk, but to what's it called?
I don't know.
To yeast a cow.
To
de-yeast a cow.
De-yeast a cow.
I don't know. I don't think that's true. I have to be honest.
But then where do you get sour milk from?
Then you let it go off.
No, I think that's when it's too yeasty.
Yeasty milk. That sounds fucking excellent.
Yeah.
Mm.
This podcast brought to you by Yeasty Milk, available in all local stores or from your local cow that you just devaginatized.
Back to what I was saying. I do have one I can think of one offensive comment that ever, and it was nothing to do with the podcast. It's to do with the Brass Cats.
Yes.
And it's when we supported the Skins.
Yes.
And there was a comment on one of the banquet pages that said, the Brass Cats were so bad, they nearly ruined the Skins for me.
I mean, that's an achievement.
I mean, it was a bad gig. Don't get me wrong. It was a bad night. Charlie was playing bass because Tom was dead. Charlie broke a string in the first song.
Yeah.
And played with 3 strings for the rest of it.
With a bass, with 2 strings.
3 strings on the bass, yeah, and like the broke the bottom string. It was as clusterfucky as a gig can go. I think I was singing badly. I do that sometimes. So yeah, but that made me feel really bad forever.
So you've never received any hate mail, any hate?
Not that I can think of, no.
So why do these people get so trolled? Like, do they hang out with trolls? Or do they, like, want to be trolled? Are they encouraging trolling?
No. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes people will do something. So, here's a great example. Say you...
You don't know who I am because we haven't actually said, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm mystery caster.
Say you are really into your girlfriend or wife. Which you are.
Right.
But like, say you are like super into them to the point where you post pictures, like selfies of you kissing them 5 times a day. Right?
That's a bit
You
weird.
could say you're doing that to get trolled.
Right.
Because you're gonna. Like, if you do that constantly every day, some people are going to say some shit about it.
Right.
But that person's probably not doing it to be trolled. He's doing it because he loves his girlfriend or wife and really likes to be happy. But that is how you... So when you say, does someone try to be trolled? No, I don't think anyone tries to be trolled. But the first guy that kicks it off, who is, I don't call it trolling. I call that beauty and art. Like the guy that goes onto the board, there's like something perfectly innocuous, like nice and stuff going on. And then one guy goes on there, drops one little boop. And the whole thing collapses into mayhem. People
Should we
arguing.
try that?
I do it all the time. It's my entire life. It's what keeps me happy.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, who was it I saw the other day posted, I must not comment on Facebook. I must not comment on Facebook.
That'd be Tim.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you don't want to... Yeah, I get it. You don't...
Yeah.
It's impossible to have a political debate via Facebook because it's like text messaging. It's fucking ridiculous. You don't get any of your point across. It's like...
But imagine if it was like WhatsApp, because sometimes when people are writing on Facebook now, it says boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Someone is writing. But what if I'm not writing? What if I'm thinking about writing?
You just put thinking.
But I don't. But then it comes up with boop, 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 boop. What about in the future if it says 5 people thought about writing about something you said
And decided not to.
Kill
yourself.
Yeah. No, you had 5 people too afraid to actually write something. But then fuck it, like you should write. I should write something, but then
No. Sometimes you just shouldn't.
No.
I had to remove the first ever person I've ever removed from Facebook last week because they were a feminist Nazi. I thought that I was reasonable enough.
Yeah.
To always be able to hash this shit out and be like, no, I think we can have a reasonable conversation here. I'm sure there's a reasonable conclusion we can come to because we're both reasonable people. This time, I just lost it. I was like, I have nothing. I got nothing to go on. You're just fucking crazy. Goodbye. Never happened before. It's the first time ever. And considering how fractious I can be in the world of social media,
you've always been very forgiving for like things people have ever said and done.
But I say some shit that winds people up.
Yeah, I know, but that's part of the fun of it. I mean, that's what stand-up comedy goes back to, and that's what the whole thing about it is to do. It's not the offense to be taken; it's the play on words. Like it's the play on the whole thing. It's like
the offense is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
What is offensive to me, it's not necessarily offensive to you.
No. And what is
you choose to be offended.
Yeah,
that's what Buddhist. This is why I always like Buddhism. It's the beginning of this, like the doctrines. It's like everything outside of yourself is nothing to do with you. Essentially, you are in control of your reaction to everything. So it's your choice to be offended. It's your choice to be, unless someone's physically attacking you. But even then, it's your choice to retaliate. It's your choice to be offended by them physically hurting you. Like. It's a bit ridiculous as well, but I do like that idea because it's just fucking ridiculous. What are you gonna do?
But I mean, if you're not even friends with the person, and then they say, like, I don't know, I just don't know if I have that. Like, maybe if somebody, no, because everyone does say awful things about everything I say. Maybe it's just that I've always had that mentality that people like always like to rile the shit I like, even if they actually end up liking it. So say like, if I say, oh, this song's really good, everyone's like, no, that's fucking gay. And then 3 weeks later, they're like, oh man, have you heard this song?
Yeah,
Like,
but they're only saying it because it's you that said it.
yeah,
Right?
I know that.
You got to remember the thing about Facebook specifically as well is that
Yeah.
it channels you into people you communicate with regularly.
Yeah, like
So
when
the
you guys used
algorithm-
to always slag off my spelling. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
To be fair, that's died down loads
It worked.
recently.
It's because you got better.
Well, yeah, I use this app that's like Grammarly, and it like spells it for me. Like, or
You
I
know
double
that
check.
they have the spelling things.
No!
in the fucking...
No, they do. No, until Grammarly, which by the way, we're not sponsored by. I could apply for. They do. It doesn't tell you if you're
I'll
using
tell you
the
what,
wrong
if Grammarly
word.
is what's fixed your fucking writing, then it's one of the greatest things that humanity has ever
Well, no,
created.
that and I use patterns, or we change sentences that like way longer sentences. But
What you mean is,
I
you
avoid-
read it back before
Yeah,
you send
no,
it.
but I
That's
avoid-
all it is.
I still don't
much
know.
like opening your mouth
Yeah.
before thinking about it.
Well, no.
It's just having a quick look and being like,
But
is
I
that
s-
a reasonable thing
okay.
to say?
I still don't
Yes.
understand
Click.
there, or there, or there, or who, or not who. I understand who just about. Where, or where. So if I understand if I wear clothes, or if I were to wear clothes, where would I be wearing them?
Where is an interesting one because I was having a conversation with a chick from Glasgow about this recently, right? She pointed out to me,
Yeah.
right, that they pronounce. She's like, say these three words to me.
Okay.
Where, and where.
Yeah. Where.
Or where was it?
Where we are.
I'm sure this is what it was. I'm sure it was where. And she was like, and then she said them to me in her accent.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they are three distinctly different words.
Right.
It's easy to tell them apart. Like where,
Where.
and weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We are.
like
We are.
weird.
Where are you?
Weird.
Where? Like what?
Where
we are? Or to wear something?
Where, yeah. He's got the
Where,
air. I mean, I'm fucking. But you see what I mean? When she said it, I was like, well, they are clearly three completely different words. And
Right.
it helps the whole thinking process
Okay.
behind why they're different because they don't sound the same. As soon as they don't sound the same, they're different words.
Right.
You see what I mean? Same with there. So what you should really do is start pronouncing one of the theirs differently. So there is Rupert.
Whose? What?
They for a start, stop using they are. Stop using their equivalent.
No,
of
no,
they
I
are.
write they are.
Yeah,
or,
just use they are.
or not your. So your is
There.
another classic one of mine. Jay got me
Yeah,
the other day. So it's you're not or you are, but you're not supposed to say your.
I mean, you can.
I
do what
don't
you
know.
want.
I fucking know.
But what I was saying is, so there is Rupert.
There is Rupert.
Yeah,
But that's THERE.
yeah. They are Ruperts.
They TAYE. TEY. See,
Rupert.
dyslexia.
There's. I mean, I've confused myself.
They
now.
are Ruperts.
They are Ruperts.
What's that got to do with there?
That's the
There
name
are
of the podcast.
They are
Rupert.
We are Bob.
But yeah. Oh, I just finished that book again.
What is it really?
The first one. Because the second
Oh.
one comes out soon. And I was
Yeah.
like, I know, I'll just start the second one.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I was like, wait, I finished it already. It's another fucking 3 weeks until the next one comes out. It's so good, though. Really good book. Dennis E. Taylor, We Are Bob, We Are Legion. Anyone out there, book club. This is this week's book club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say we should start a book club.
No, we
but
shouldn't.
But it should be called Audio
Can
Book
you read
Club.
Audio Book
Club. Because Maxwell said...
I'll smash the fuck
I
out of
said to-
audiobook club.
I think I said to somebody, I was just listening to a book on the way over here. And they were like, sorry, you're reading a book. I was like, no, I was listening to a book on the way over. And they were like...
I'd almost guarantee that Audible has to have something that it sponsors that is that podcast. But if it doesn't exist, that would
Could be
a really good
Audible.
podcast. We could call it
Audible. Listening to audiobooks in an Audi.
Or
Audible. No?
this is my unimpressed face. You can't hear it. Yeah. There are Ruperts. I like that as a.
They are Ruperts.
They are.
We are Rupert. We are Bert. We are
Bert.
Legion. Back to...
I don't know. Well, it's coming. The
You know, like in a
we're gonna have the name of this show before the end of
Really?
this show.
Yeah. Because it's not going to be Witness the Fitness.
No.
It's obviously not a fitness podcast. Bertiness. Bertiness. The instructions on how to be a bird. No?
Rule
Rules. Rule put. The rules being a pert.
The rules of
Rolpiant.
Rupert Rollick. No.
Roopcast.
Rip rollicking Roops.
No.
It's
not there,
It's got to
not
be
there.
something easy to spell and easy
Yeah.
to say as well.
Does it have
Or
to have the
something with
word
a decent-
cast in it?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
How to Write a Tune, for instance, doesn't have. The
Oh
word
yeah,
cast.
we are on a mission from Pod. Podian Bert.
He's still going for the pod. It
No.
doesn't have to have pod or
Okay.
cast in it.
Okay.
You can just call it
But
chats, breeze.
yeah, mumbles.
Breeze or just breeze. Chatting. I own, if you want it, I own chattingshit.co.uk because
That would be
I
good.
wanted to start a podcast called Chatting Shit.
Hasn't got a ringtone to it though.
Chatting shit. Chatting shit.
Chattingshit.com where you come
.co.uk.
to listen to shit in the UK.co.uk.com. Is it got to be always got to be .co.uk?
That's the one I own.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Chattingshit.com was taken.
Obviously.
all the decent .coms are taken.
What about like Surbiton
What about
News Wednesdays?
Bert knows.
Bert's nose.
Bert
Like the Queen's nose. Like the Queen's nose.
And then it'll be funny
Why?
because you'll sit next to Bones' nose, but it'll be spelled different.
Oh, we could do them like back to back. You could be Tuesdays, I could be Wednesdays. Then on Thursdays we could have Jay doesn't knows.
Jay don't know shit.
Jay don't know
And that'll be
shit.
us together. Yeah. We'll come to something.
We'll get there. We'll get
What
there.
else are you going to talk about? So we got some food, we got some things, you got some there. And
Yeah.
we need the inspiration for the name from what you're going to talk about. But you're going to talk about basically whatever you want, but keeping it within a some sort of context of helping
People.
wellness, and
Helping people. We're going to
helpfulness.
share knowledge with people.
history,
History.
biology.
We could call it like Cluedo. That's not the game.
I
is
can
it?
see the intro
No,
now.
what was it called?
History,
Biology. Captain Planet.
It's Bert's nose.
Bert's nose. Bert's nose. Sticking his nose into all of your business. Dun 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 dun. Jews in the world. No, it's too much. Okay. I've also got some rap songs I was going to bring out.
Oh, you should definitely.
Yeah.
Do that. I have
Yeah,
an
I've got
almost
one.
complete hip hop
So
album.
I speak to Catherine in the house. I was chasing my wife, Catherine, obviously in the house, and I'm like, thunderclap, and a slap on the butt, and it just goes on for like half an hour.
That'll never offend women.
And I'm like, thunderclap,
That's the whole, that's the whole tune. It's great.
It's a.
Love
I've got
it.
another.
I love
one.
it already. Like,
Yeah. Well, there's obviously beats to it. Yeah, and you like, walk around the house, and she's like,
double thunderclap.
yeah,
Bam!
do the washing, bitch. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, thunderclap, pow. She's like, where's the milk you said you'd buy? And I'm like, in the fridge, thunderclap, pow, kind of thing.
That reminds me. Got to
Yeah.
listen to Dead Cat Bounce.
Dead cat bounce. I think you told me that before.
It was someone I was talking to about comedy music. Recommended them.
Okay.
And I like comedy music.
Yeah. Like electric airplane. No, what were they called? Concorde. That fast
Flight
plane.
of the Conchords.
Flight of the Concorde.
Exactly. Or Tenacious D.
Or doing crack on a
Steel
plane.
Panther.
What was it
Wheeler
called?
Walker Jr.
Dead
Dead Cat Bounce.
Dead cat bounce. So I got another song.
Yeah.
It's called The Poopy in the Shower Man. I'm the poopy in the shower man. I'm the poopy in the shower man. I'm gonna have a poop and then have a shower. Yeah.
Shower Man.
Shower
Is that
man.
what you were saying? I thought you said Shire Man. It's like, well, you're a hobbit. You're a hobbit that shits too much. You're gonna be a great dad, you know, with your fucking stupid songs.
Oh, Frodo, where are you going?
I need a shit, man.
Oh, you must take the ring back
I gotta
to
do this by
Mordor.
myself, Sam.
No.
I don't need you to wipe my ass.
Oh, Sam, I need some toilet paper. I've just taken a massive shit
Fuck
and I've
taking it.
lost my ring.
Fuck taking a dump pre toilet paper. Not that
Yeah.
like it's good now, but it's got to be better than before.
So we could totally bring out How to Beatbox Chronicles.
No, what? Wait, where we learn how to beatbox?
Yeah.
because that would be.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
Oh, God, hit me. That is fucking brilliant. Yeah, and because you can keep a beat really well.
Oh, it's mixing up. That's my snares and my like.
That yeah,
a roll.
it's shocking sounding snare, man.
Oh, I've tuned it. Like,
I don't understand what you need to learn. You're already a pro. As far as
I
I'm
do it at
concerned.
work. So that's
I bet that doesn't drive people insane at all.
I mean, I've got some other songs. Bummers, 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 bummers.
Again, that's not offensive even slightly. It's good.
Oh, it's such a...
What's wrong with
I
wrong
mean, I
with
do
bummers?
that. So when you got to make 50 calls a day and you're like, got nothing to do between the calls apart from dial a ringtone, it's like, boo, and you're like, boop, 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 boop. You might as well go, bummers, 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 you know? Or
Just in case there's suddenly a client there.
no, because obviously that's the best bit is when you're like annoying the person next to you going, bummers, bummers, and then someone picks up, you go, hi, welcome to I'd like to help you.com. Yeah? How may I help you today?
That's the company you work for, is it?
Well, I'm obviously editing the
cool
company
name.
I
It's
work for.
So here's a question: do you ever do picking up the phone in funny accents?
All the time.
Hello,
Yes.
hello. Is this Mahinda?
No, but the best bit is when you lose it within 3 seconds when you know they're actually serious.
Oh, because your South African's quite interesting until you lose the plot.
Well, no, I do it like subtly. I'm like, oh, see, this is a problem. I can't drop my company, so I'm gonna have to come up with a new name for my company. This could also help because this could.
I liked the one you had. Like, what do you need.com or whatever.
Oh yeah, how may I help you?
How can I help you.com?
How can I help you? So I'm like,
Give me
hi,
that.
how can I help you.com? You're like, oh, hello, how can I help you.com?
The deep, the big breathers. Like,
Yeah.
hello.
Oh no, so I just started growing my little moustache again and my beard.
That's good.
And I was like doing this thing because I didn't shave it. And I was like, just every couple of minutes I'd be like, turns out that is more annoying than anything I've ever done before.
Blowing down the phone, I'm sure it is.
No, I wasn't blowing even down the phone. I was just typing and then breathing really deeply. Like, and then
Does that not really annoy you with the tash?
Yeah.
As soon as my tash goes over my lip, it drives me to
Yeah.
nigh on insanity.
But how do you get the twisty bits if you don't go the distance?
You don't. You just do what I do. Shave your tash off and keep your beard like a man.
No, but I thought if we were going to have like what do we call it? What about if we call it Sherlock cast? The knowledge of knowing things.
I wish you could see the face that he pulled as he said that because it makes it
Well, that's with the handlebar mustache.
even more convincing.
Because I've got a handlebar mustache. Because I was twisting the bits. Like, Watson. You could be called Watson.
Oh, I could. That'd be good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Boneson. Bonesley. Bertsley and Bonesley's.
Sherlock cast. Knowing stuff and no.
So Catherine likes to call it the
Sherlock?
Elementalist. She likes to call when she knew I liked watching the Johnny whatever his name is. What's his name?
Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee
I can't
Miller's
believe that's
version.
Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah, I know. And so she likes to call it, oh, what are you watching? Are you watching The Elementalist? And I'm like, no, because you've got half of the show's name right and you're purposely getting the other half wrong.
What's it actually called?
Elementary.
Elementary.
Yeah, and she doesn't get the whole Watson thing.
But I get that because it is kind of shit like The Mentalist.
Yeah. Right, I see.
That is like, oh, I don't know what's going on. There's no way I can explain what's going on. Luckily, I just figured it out.
Yeah. Well, look, at least one person will listen to this, and that'll be Catherine in her car on her hour's ride to work
Undoubtedly.
every day. Oh, should I have changed her name?
It depends how much you.
to
I don't think it.
Kath. Let's call her Kath.
Kathy. I was
Kathy.
gonna start calling Catherine Kathy and see how she likes it
I
because
do
I've
all the
always wanted
time.
to know a Kathy, but I don't feel like
Yeah.
it's something that people
I'm like,
would like. Kathy, like like fucking
Kath. Do
Ian,
the washing up.
fucking-
Thunderclap. Do the washing up. Thunderclap.
fucking Phil Mitchell's ex.
That was called Pam, wasn't it?
Nah, Kathy. He was definitely married to Kathy. Was it Grant? Nah, they were Kathy. Sure.
How do you pee on a podcast?
You just walk off and pee?
And then what
If
happens?
there's only two of you, you
Yeah.
leave the guy in the lurch, and he has to be like,
Ooh, lurch.
so. While Bert leaves me,
Talk about EastEnders.
did you know there's an excellent podcast about Chinese football? Did you know anything about Chinese football? Well, neither the fuck did I, which is why I went and started a podcast about it so we could learn together. It's called Great Balls of China, and it is featuring a whole bunch of people. I'm not going to name them because it is too many, but every week I'm joined by a panel of guests that don't really necessarily know anything about football or, work in football or whatever. There'll be some people with credentials, but not necessarily. We need to have a full-blown mix of the real people. So yeah, Great Balls of China every week. At some point in the week, it doesn't really come out on a specific day at the moment because I'm not that organized, but you should check it out. Greatballsofchina.co.uk. See? You do a little ad.
Perfect.
By the time you finish the ad.
And do you know why it doesn't come out at the same time every week? Because Chinese have a different calendar to us. Leading back into history with Bert and Bones.
Chinese history. See, that's the thing. If we did your
Baloney.
history show, we could literally pick a topic and just let you go on it.
Well, why don't we call it hardcore history? Getting to the core of history with an apple. Vegans. Do you like your history?
Shit, that history was cord, man.
Triple X history. We could watch porn, while listening to history shows.
History.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Fuck history. Okay, no, yours was better. History fucked.
Like,
what about Puncast?
like Nirvana Unplugged.
Oh, what about Puncast? Nirvana Unplugged.
History.
Corn.
Fucked.
Yeah. What about Corn Unplugged? Never happened.
I'm quite glad about that.
Mm.
I was watching someone whose name I can't remember, who's a metal guitarist and singer from a bunch of bands, Strapping Lad, and a bunch of other bands. I can't remember his name.
Dave Navarro.
No, but it's
Des Lynam.
It's similar to Dave. It's not Dave Navarro, but he has a similar sounding name.
Who's the guy from Megadeth?
But he was playing basically a metal acoustic set in a music shop with a bunch of people that didn't know who he was. But he's playing fully
12 string? 17.
No, fully distorted electric guitar and singing
right.
with no backing, no guitar, no backing. He's just like, like
no one liked it.
Weird as fuck. It was great, but it's weird, and no one knew who he was, so it was really weird.
Well, a little bit again. Spoiler alert: if you watch films, the "Why Did You Date Him" movie or whatever, James Franco and the guy from Breaking Bad. Why him?
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Oh, it's funny.
It's good.
It's okay. It's a Sunday afternoon snooze fest.
Guy from Breaking Bad, as in the
main guy,
the old guy, not the young guy.
Not Dennis.
Old guy, isn't it? Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. I'm kind of like
Kisser in the end of
losing
it.
my shit with Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, I think Power Rangers is going to be really good.
He's in that.
He's Zordon.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
He's like 2016 and 2017's overused actor.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Hashtag vegans, hashtag Power Rangers, hashtag lesbians, because all vegans are lesbians. No, sorry. I mean, the yellow Power Ranger is a lesbian.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's quite hot as well.
Yeah.
And the Blue Ranger, who is the black guy, because it's not racist anymore, is on the spectrum. To be interesting, because the old Blue Ranger
But that's a
was
bit
the
out of
geeky
order.
guy.
Come on.
The old Blue Ranger was the really geeky
But
guy,
you
the Daniel Jackson guy. So now they've just been like, no, he's black now, but he's a bit on the spectrum, so he's clever.
So he's the first autistic black person. But you never go full retard.
No, that's why he's just on the spectrum.
He's on the spectrum.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, the gay spectrum. So he's
No,
on the
no.
gaydar. So he's on a gay spectrum. Or is he vegan? Vegans could have a spectrum. They could be like Monday, Thursday, vegan, Friday.
What's with the vegan fixation, man?
Just fuck. They
It's their own fault. It's their own problem. They've got to
because
deal
my
with it.
phone, like I saw these chickens getting fed into a blender the other day,
Yeah.
and I
Don't follow this person anymore.
I didn't.
Don't post that shit.
I don't know.
I don't want to know. I know how to kill. I know about killing animals. You know why? Because they're dead when you eat them. It's pretty simple.
But then there's all that Coca-Cola stuff as well. Like you see people boiling pans of Coca-Cola. What did the Coca-Cola? Why are they boiling a
what
pan?
did the Coca-Cola ever do to
Yeah.
you?
Why are you
Poor
boiling a
little
pan?
That poor little Coca-Cola plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was alive once.
Do you know what refugees need? They need more Coca-Cola. It's full of nutrients. It's full of sugar.
Water.
Okay, but Coca-Cola's cheaper than water.
It's got water in it.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm saying. It's got all the things in it.
It's got cheap water in it.
It's got vegetables.
Yeah.
It's made from vegetable
I
extract.
bet you it's actually got beef in it.
It's got vegetables. It's got sugar, and it's got water.
Yeah.
What else could you possibly need?
Caffeine.
And caffeine.
Everyone loves caffeine.
All the things you need. You just need a burger to go along with it. You just need
yeah.
a nice little burger and some chips, and then that's your fully rounded diet. Which is why Five Guys is the best restaurant in the world.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, really.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, we should go to Five Guys.
Now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or not, but we'll pretend we're going to.
Yeah.
This show could have been brought to you by Five Guys.
It would have been. And we're running at 120 milliseconds right now.
Yeah, it was 53 minutes.
Nice. I wanted it to be 15, but we're done good.
Well, that can be 3 shows.
Yeah. So what do you say? Goodbye.
Sure. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Bones Knows. That was one of my most favoritist ones yet. So apologies for all of the naughty things that Bertie says, but it's all in the ode of comedy, I promise. It doesn't mean any of it. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for coming along. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Right.